Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we are hanging out with my buddy BP, Mr. Brian Phillips, Mr. B-Phil, Mr. Jack of all trades, Mr. VA Mortgage Guy. What's up, brother?
How are you? Dude, I'm sorry I didn't get to the office sooner to get it cooler in here faster. A little warm, a little swampy.
Is it swampy?
A little bit.
I didn't even notice.
A little bit. That's because we got some hot whiskey in front of us.
That might be it. Speaking of hot whiskeys, we've got I'm gonna say 3 new releases and 1 to compare and contrast because the one new whiskey is the one that everybody seems to be jonesing over. So let's dive in and discuss. So we've got 2 Penelope releases. We've got the Cigar Sessions Batch 1, the Creme Brulee. You've got an Eagle Rare, which you said it was a store pick you all did quite a few years ago.
Yeah, back in 2016. It was a little over 12 years old at that time, and I just opened that about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, and there's just a wee bit left. I thought it would be a nice comparison to try the other Eagle Rare because they're the same age with only 5 proof points difference.
Gotcha. And then we have, obviously, you just said it, the Eagle Rare 12-year.
Yes, and I'm a fan. Because to me, the color of the juice somewhat matches the copper foil on the top.
It does. It's got a nice color to it just right off the bat. It's a little bit darker than the 10-year. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we're going to dive in and see how these bad boys taste. I will be honest. I was kind of surprised I didn't go with a slightly different bottle design.
Agreed. But you got to think about how many millions of bottles that they already have.
Yeah, no, I get it. But when you printed the front of that, right, because they have that little, it's not really an etching. It's some kind of like special whatever that goes on the Eagle Rare itself. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't like make it a little fancier or a little something different. It's just as age 12 years.
Yep, I agree. Well, but like the old 10 years, like from 6 years and longer ago, they just had the little teeny tiny 10 in the front.
Yep.
Then there was a big bitch session, we can say, because they moved it to the back, and then it disappeared for a short time.
And when it disappeared, that's because it really wasn't 10 years old, right? They got rid of the age statement entirely, right?
So what they say is that there was 10-year juice in there, but they weren't consistently 10. So they had, so instead of having to have another bottle with a different age statement, they just removed it completely. Like the old days of Elijah Craig.
Right.
The 12 was in the front. Heaven Hill moved the 12 to the back, and then She Gone.
She Gone. That's who was it? She's Gone? Hall & Oates, right?
I don't know because I was thinking She Bang.
Oh, no, that's Ricky Martin.
She Groove. No. But the guy that was, what was his name? He was an Asian feller that sang on.
Oh, you're talking about Gangnam Style.
No.
I know, okay.
So the gentleman, I believe he had special needs.
The Wong guy.
Yes.
He American Idol.
He was so fun to watch and so carefree and just had a good time. So
He was.
Talking about carefree and good times. Yum.
So this Penelope Cigar Session, man, like, it's got a crazy nose on it.
It does. And if you would, so this is the first, yes, I got excited there. This is the first cigar. So go backwards.
Rewind.
Yep. I don't care for a typical cigar finished because they either have sherry, PX sherry, or they have Madeira.
Right.
For me personally, they are too dry for me. They just don't work. I'm also not a smoker of cigars. If there was an edible that was a cigar, I'd be all about it. But there is not.
With all the other vices you have, I'm really kind of surprised you don't like a stogie.
I'm afraid to go down that
rabbit hole.
Yes, 100%.
Fair enough.
Yep. Again, a lot of us in this world have addictive personalities.
Yep.
And we have to pick and choose what we're going to feed.
Yep. Like, I love a good cigar. My problem is I hate the way a cigar makes my mouth feel for the next 3 days. And maybe if I smoked every day, I wouldn't recognize it or be able to tell it's there. But since I don't smoke that often, like that's the one thing about smoking cigars that I don't like.
So for the cigar smokers that are listening, chime in and let us know if you're a daily cigar smoker, like some whiskey people are. If it's a once a week, if it's a night, if there has to be a reason, because like I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm like a 3 to 5 cigars a year guy. Like, it's usually on a golf course, or it's like a special occasion, or it's the boys are hanging out. We get in front of the fireplace, and somebody, lights one up, and they're like, "You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got some whiskey. Let's do it."
So do you always have a cigar like following whiskey, or do you ever have a cigar with anything else other than whiskey?
I mean, usually it's either a cocktail or whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, one night a buddy of mine, we just happened to be fire pitting. His wife was there, and then a couple of his buddies were there, and then we were having margaritas, just kind of chilling, sitting around, and then Joe was like, "Hey, man, you want a cigar?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I just had one, So and it wasn't with whiskey at all, but I was having a margarita.
Nice. I probably haven't had a cigar since the 90s. Took a trip out to La Jolla. A volleyball buddy of mine moved out there. And he said that I had to dip one end in a brandy. And I had never had brandy before either. Or I had, but, not of any quality.
Right.
So we dipped the butt end, lit it, and then I smoked it.
Huh.
And I felt ill.
You felt ill?
Yep, I felt ill.
Might have been just too strong for you. That's the thing, too, with cigars is some of those more dry, more like, I'm going to call them more like your Caribbean style ones, like your Cubans and things to that nature. They're very robust, and they will give you a little bit more of that like feel.
Yep. Yeah, I know as much about cigars as I do wine, which is virtually
nothing.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm the same way.
Exactly. So you commented on the nose.
Yeah.
So I can't read it from here. Read what the blend is in this bad boy, and I'll tell you, this is the only reason why I picked it up, and that it's not a finished whiskey. Where it's not finished in Madeira or tawny port or all those other things.
Innovation, passion with every sip. It doesn't say on here. Did I?
No.
Yeah,
You did.
The wrong spot?
Yeah. So it's a blend of straight bourbon whiskey, a single malt,
right,
and light whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So it is not a finished product. Well, they technically could it be considered finished because it has all three? Is it just a blend or?
I mean, guess technically it's just a blend, but yeah, you're right. Typically these are finished in something, whether it be...
Don't say the A word.
The what?
Amberana.
Oh, no. So Amberana, I think people have picked up the name to call it cigar batch, but honestly, it tastes nothing like a cigar batch. But most of them are like sherries or brandies, ports.
Like brandy, good. Like Spanish brandy, good. Cognac, great. Armagnac, bring it.
Yep.
If I could find a cigar finished whiskey that just had those three, yes, please.
But you don't like the PX sherry,
no,
you don't like the port?
Nope, it goes cranberry.
Gotcha.
I do not like cranberries.
You don't like cranberries?
I don't like dry like that where it kind of makes you pucker and do your thing. It is not for me.
That's fair. So you don't really like wine then either, probably that much.
Not at all. A sweet white is something that I'll drink, or Riesling, which a lot of people won't even refer to as a wine because it's so sweet.
It's a dessert wine.
Yep. Something. Oh, what was the 2023? It's a German white wine.
Riesling.
Well, all right. So think Angel's Envy, the rye that I adore. In 2023, it was finished in two different things. One of them was some sort of. I'm going to look this up.
You're not talking about the ice wine one, were you? Okay.
No. Damn it. It'll come to mind. Because I've had other things that are finished in it. And I'm like, okay. I can get down with that.
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, it's different, but it's a neat little blend that goes together with that. So the single malt, I think, is what kind of is bringing forward that more of that dusty flavor. But I kind of like that.
Yep. Dusty funk.
Yeah.
Yep. And it doesn't go funk like a weeder can go.
No.
Like a pot still. And so I've only shared a little bit of that bottle. I've had that much trying to figure out if I like it or if I don't like it. And I'm still not sure. Light whiskey excites me because it's neat. It's something new. And it oftentimes adds a lot of sweetness, vanilla, custard, all that kind of stuff to it. And I don't see the light whiskey for that. But I did bring another one that maybe we can try after all this. It's a 4-grain whiskey that was finished in a stout barrel. To me, I could see me having that with a cigar. I don't so much know about this one.
I love a really good beer finished bourbon. But the problem is that sometimes the beer isn't very good, and that's where your problem lies in.
Amen to that.
Now, this Penelope Creme Brulee, dude, the nose on this thing is amazing.
Yes, yep. And I got that the very, very day that it hit the market. Our friends just down the street got in 3 cases of it, and he had no idea what it was. And I paid $75 for it.
How much was the other one, the Penelope American Whiskey blend?
It retails $90. I paid secondary, which is just $100.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And I can say I'm a little disappointed in the first one, maybe because I was my love of light whiskey. Yeah. I think I was expecting some more voo-voo.
Yeah, I get that from where you're coming from, but like as soon as I saw single malt, like those are different monsters, right? So you got to remember the complexity differences between single malt and an American whiskey, and how much that varies. Not to mention there's bourbon thrown into there. So
Yep. Yeah, so it is different. And now I'll say this: now the mouthfeel on the Penelope cigar, like now I enjoy it. I don't know if it's because it's like the first thing that I've had to sip, or like the first pour that I've had today and tomorrow and yesterday, but like now I'm feeling the finish.
Dude, this creme brulee, the nose, I just keep nosing and nosing.
Yeah, it's and it it's a typical. So for those that wonder, what is this Penelope creme brulee? Architect. So it's a stave finished bourbon. They're typically 5 years old, and if I recall, this was 6 or tech support will look this up. So I think that this is a little bit older, what they use for the creme brulee. And from my understanding, they just treated the French oak staves a little bit different. Also, our friends that are downtown at Pursuit, they have a creme brulee for their double oak bourbon. And the nose is delightful. So you talk about that. I'm going to go in there and stick my nose in there and see what it does.
Yeah, I mean, it says that it's aged 5 years, and then it says the French oak staves and the mash bill create something unique and distinct. And it says it's from the Tonnerie-Rideau region of France, the French staves are. And it says it's part of the complex stave, and there's 3 different ones. There's delicate, complex, and intense. And it says through Oak Scan, and there's a trademark. So I'm assuming that that's maybe kind of like the Evoke series that I want to say ISC does, to where they have different types of, I guess, char or toast levels on those staves that you put into the barrels to finish them.
I never thought of that. Nope. Yeah, but on the back of every Penelope Architect, they all have that little breakdown. It's cool. I mean, it's very much looks like a blueprint of sorts. She's a beaut.
And that's nice.
So nose, like, yes, so sweet.
Yeah.
What's the palate for you in the finish?
I mean, I get a little bit of that baking spice, but it's got a ton of like sweetness. Like there's some brown sugar, a little bit of like, I want to say it's more vanilla than anything else.
To me, it's like a vanilla frosting. I mean, it is that. So sometimes things can smell gooey that are not gooey. And all the nose in this bad boy smells gooey. And creme brulee is one of my favorite fat guy things. When you get the crack, the burnt sugary stuff on top.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's divine.
Yeah, creme brulee, flan, like any of those type of, things where they give it a nice little, I guess, char, almost like roast.
Yep. Yeah, and what shows on here for this creme brulee, no, because this isn't the creme brulee. This just shows their typical architect. Dang it. I want to find out the details for like the age of the barrel and the char, because their typical stuff says number 4 staves, number 2 heads.
I bet if you look up Oak Scan and look up the difference between a delicate, a complex, and an intense stave, it might give you a little bit more detail.
Nice. I haven't had a sip of this yet, so I'm going to give her a little sip.
That's fine. While you're doing that, I'm going to look over. So Eagle Rare 10 versus Eagle Rare 12 year.
So
I'm letting the thing go by.
Oh, got it. Because just as that was like wild timing, as the siren went by, the finish of the creme brulee, Penelope built up. It was like, oh.
Yeah. So it did. It's a lot, man. It's got a lot of flavor to it for sure.
At 110 proof.
Yeah.
Yep. And in no way would I describe this that it's smooth, but it's got a lot going on for what it is, for 110 proof.
Yeah, for 110. I mean, and I'm sure it's the 21% mash bill, MGP, your typical, 75, 21.4. But man, that's tasty.
Yep. And they were kind of a one-hit wonder. Let me take that back. They hit the market once, and that was it. Because that store sold out in about 2.5 days. And he tried to order more, and
gone.
Yep, done.
Fart in the wind.
Yep.
Gone.
And like in retail, in these shows, it was supposed to be 65. I think I paid 70.
Yep.
And when they first came out, secondary was up to 150. Now they're down to about 100.
Huh.
And to me, it's a more interesting 5-year whiskey.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be a nice intro.
Yeah. I wonder if it was a 40-year-old bourbon, and then they put that. I wonder how long the Oak Scan, the staves, the additional flavor punch have been in there.
Man, I wish I knew, because like that's the stuff I guess that me and that us as the bourbon geeks, the bourbon nerds love. Is right. All like we want to see how the hot dog is made.
That is the sausage is made.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, a hot dog is a sausage, and do you consider a hot dog in a bun as a sandwich?
I mean, it could be. The biggest problem is there is a massive difference between a sausage and a hot dog.
All right, there can be.
No, there's a massive difference. They're massive. For one, like I would even say there's a massive difference between a regular hot dog and a beef frank, an all beef frank.
Oh man, I remember as a kid getting. We'd go to the butcher. It was a place called Frank's on Archer in Chicago.
Yeah.
We'd go to Frank's, and every time he'd hand over the Daisy brand hot dog, and they were raw, and he'd hand it over wrapped in butcher paper, and that's what I ate.
Right.
As I walked around the butcher shop. Man, the good old days.
But then you look at like locally, I mean, Wolf's is kind of the more popular type of like sausagey type thing. But I mean, like, let's just even go simple. What's on the shelf, right? You got like the Smokies, and then you have like, different other, Eckridge makes one, and then what is it? Oscar Mayer makes one. Like, there's a big difference between a smoky and smoked sausage and a hot dog. There's just taste wise, it's just amazingly different.
And then you have,
and you have the ones that have cheese and jalapenos and.
Dude, Johnsonville has those on lock.
Yeah,
because even people from Wisconsin, like,
that's a brat. That's a totally another monster.
Oh yeah, yes. So Wisconsin embraces all forms of sausages, all forms of cheese.
Yeah, they do,
and all forms of frozen pizzas.
Really?
Yep.
So they were frozen pizza junkies.
Friends of ours have a lake house up in Watoma, about 90 minutes north and a little west of Madison, and every gas station has sausages, cheese, and frozen pizzas. At least 12 at minimum of each. And the one grocery store, the Piggly Wiggly, or the Pig as all the locals call it, like they've got to have 50 different frozen pizzas. And on my trip up there, I will stock up on frozen pizzas because it's usually 2 a day because we eat them as appetizers.
Really?
Oh, they are. I mean, I don't know if it's even the police believe that they own all that stuff, but. I love it up there. Then they got the towny bars where it's like 75-cent grenades of MGD or High Life or Miller Lite or Keystone. Oh, I love it up there.
Wisconsin is a good spot. As a matter of fact, I can't wait till IU goes and plays in Wisconsin because I'm going up to Madison for that football game.
So much fun.
So
yeah, the city really embraces the college as a lot of cities do.
Yep. So Eagle Rare 10-year.
Yes.
10/12 because this is a store pick that you said was approximately 12 years old.
Yep. Yeah. So it was just over 12 when they bottled it. We picked it back in early 2016, and then it was released from Beverage Warehouse, and we got about half the barrel at that point.
I mean, why is it the Eagle Rare is it's solid? I mean, it's just a solid pour.
Yep. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. It's not excellent, but it's so good all the time.
Or we could say
it's consistent.
Yeah. It's never bad. Or it's never
Right.
Yeah, I've never had a pour of Eagle Rare where I didn't want to finish it.
Right.
Yeah, but I have. But when they hit,
right,
when you've got a phenomenal Eagle Rare single barrel, oh my God.
Yep. And that was pretty good.
Yep.
That's pretty solid.
Yep. 90 proof and still has the sticker on the back. $32.99.
$32.99.
Yep. In today's day and age, for a 10-year non-store pick, it's $55.
So Beverage Warehouse, there was about 5 of those here in the Louisville market at one time?
I think they had 7 in total.
Yeah,
so I think it's 7 because before all the bourbon stuff got insane, when there was a release, we'd communicate, and we were pretty much able to hit each store and get 2 of each. So in one day, I got 14 OWA picks. I've gotten 14 Eagle Rare picks, 14 of so many different things. And then whoever in the group couldn't make it out, we would share the win, share the treasure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I miss the good old days.
I'm telling you, like that was
Liquor Barn on Saturday mornings, like the last Saturday of the month.
Oh my gosh!
We used to always. I would always go to the one on Preston, and then I would hit the one on Fern Valley on the way home. So I would always I could always double up a little bit. I didn't always get 2 Blantonses or 2 Wellers, but I would always get like one good bottle at one place and another good bottle at the other place.
Yep. Yeah. They also had Liquor Barn Express.
Yeah.
And our friend Owen, that is where he was when he was last with Liquor Barn, the Liquor Barn Express.
There we go. All right, man.
The nose on the 10-year one, the single barrel from 16.
Yeah.
It's
good.
It's got like a little lemon zest. It's got something going on that
it's got a touch of citrus. I don't know that I would go lemon with it.
Yeah. I dig these. And to me, it's a lot harder to have a phenomenal whiskey at 90 proof than it is at 120 proof.
You say that, but like and this is going to sound crazy because everybody knows I love high proof, right? There's something about Hancock's Reserves. Man, I found some of those to be just some of the best bottles I've ever had.
Yep, 88.9 proof.
Yeah.
I wonder why the 80. I wish I knew more about them because like, I've had them throughout the years. There's always been people that love them that have always gotten those from me, but I've never known why it's 88.9.
I don't know either.
Coincidentally, that was our high school radio station's. Is it a call-in?
Call letters.
Yeah, call letters.
Well, I guess it's technically the signal. But the call letters would have been like WJBR or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, it was 88.9. Remember that from back in the day. Now, sorry, I had to put that sound out.
The drum roll, gotcha.
Yeah, the Eagle Rare 12-year. And so I have struggled to not open this. Biatch.
Dude, the nose on this thing is unreal.
All right, I got to cleanse my palate. Let me step back and take a little bite of Crunchy Crunch.
Yeah, get you a little Crunchy Crunch. Man, I tell you, the nose on this thing, it's got a little bit of caramel, a little vanilla. The funny thing is it smells similar to that Penelope. It's got a little bit of sugar, and then it's got some rich tobacco. Man, we got Brian's bottle jingling in the background.
My gosh, I realized
it's like LL Cool J. You were jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby.
I should have had a smaller bite of the pita cracker. I didn't realize how drying it was. It dried up my palate.
Oh my goodness, the nose on this thing's good. I will say I'm super impressed with your restraint.
Yeah, it's been tough. Well, I have opened 3 other bottles since I've gotten that one, so I really can't take too much credit in this. The color, as I mentioned, it kind of matches the copper foil on the top, which I like that touch. I'm surprised, and as you said that they didn't have a different bottle design. Hasn't the 17-year also always been that same bottle design?
Yeah, I didn't mean bottle design. I meant more of the writing portion, right? Like, yeah. The bottle design is the bottle design for a reason, right? That's the consistency that you're running with the BTAC selection and Eagle Rare. I meant I thought that they would get a little bit fancier with it. Like maybe the Eagle would be different or something would, not be basically just Eagle Rare. They just took the 10 and turned it into a 12, right?
Yeah, it's pretty ballsy to have a 10-year and a 12-year product. Like, I'm grateful that it came out at a slightly higher proof. I would have, and I'm sure a lot of people would have loved to see this come out at 101 proof. Just like the what is the big series that comes out every October? The Antique Collection.
Yeah, the BTAC collection.
Yep. Yeah, that's been at 101 proof since 2018.
Right.
And when was the last time that Eagle Rare was bottled? Non-antique below below 101 proof or below 9.
I mean, I think they said 05 was the last year that they made Eagle Rare 101.
That's what it was. Yeah, my mind was just running because I was trying to connect the dots, and I have yet to take a sip of this.
So a buddy of mine, we had an interesting conversation, and he's like, "Man, dude, I found more Weller 12 and more this and more that this year than I've ever have, especially over the last month." And I'm like, "Yeah," I said, I think we're going to start to see more of everything. I said, but the caveat with that is that Buffalo Trace seems to be coming out with more and more new stuff, right? Like Eagle Rare 10, now we have Eagle Rare 12, right? So now you've got something between Eagle Rare 10 and Eagle Rare 17. So some of those older stocks are going to start to get used up. I hope that we do start seeing stuff on the shelf like shelfers, like OWA, Weller 12, Eagle Rare, just sitting on the shelf. I hope to God that happens. That being said, I think that they're going to continue to reinvent the wheel with special releases to eat up those stocks rather than to make them readily available, because they'll be able to make more profit by making different things than just their everyday line.
Well, yeah, like a perfect example is Sazerac Rye. It's a 6-year rye. It's been 90 proof forever. They're now releasing 100 proof.
Right.
But 2 years ago, you didn't see Buffalo Trace or Sazerac Rye ever.
Right.
It was an allocated item.
Now you see it all the time.
Yep. Now every store you go to has each of them, and they have cases and cases and cases. I'll say this: the Eagle Rare 10-year that we have, the older Eagle Rare, that's also 12. It's got way more going on in the finish. The nose isn't. It's
not as good as the 12-year, the traditional 12-year that we just released. But it does. It's got a little bit more of a oomph on the finish, even at 90 proof versus 95 proof.
Have you gone back and nosed the 12-year now that you've had a sip of it, just to see? Because for me, it noses way different now than what it did before, because I've got some on the palate.
I still think it's very sweet. It's still got a lot going on. It's not as sweet though. You're right.
Does it drink 95 proof?
I don't know that it does.
Does the proof taste any different for those extra 5 proof points? Or do you think that'll vary per bottle?
I think it's going to vary per bottle. I will say, to me, this is slightly more viscous than the 90 proofer.
I'm also interested to see how this will evolve as it's open and it gets some oxygen.
All good questions.
Yep, I know. And I did pour a little sidecar of the Eagle Rare 12 that we'll have later in the evening, just to see if it, for me, if it tastes any different at all.
All right, so you've got 4 bottles here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's compare old school 10 to 12, and then compare the Penelope to the Penelope. Obviously, one's bourbon, one's not, so they're going to be like comparing apples to oranges. But which one do you prefer and why?
All right, so I'm going to start Eagle Rare.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the Eagle Rare 12 on the nose. My gut tells me it's because it noses different than Eagle Rares that I've had in the past. I mean, it's a definite different creature on that. The mid and the finish, it's still good, but if I could duplicate one, or if I can get another bottle of either one, I would try and go after the 2016. And that has nothing to do with when it was or all the other hoopla, or that it's a single barrel. I'd probably try and go after one of those, because where it's at right now, it works better for my palate and it's a lot more interesting. I'll say this. I was so much more excited getting the 12-year than I was finding the 10-year in a box at my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say I somewhat agree with you. I will say the only caveat to that is I think I prefer the nose and the first initial, just the tip, right? Like when it first goes into your mouth of that 12-year. There's something about the sweetness and the viscosity that I really enjoy. Now, that being said, the mid palate and the finish on the single barrel is actually more complex, more deep. It's got a little bit more flavor on it. So that's what I'll say on those two. And on the Penelope, dude, that creme brulee is something special. It's good.
All right, so I don't like hype when it comes to the whole whiskey world. And this had so much hype behind it. And I opened, I'm like it smells good. But I thought it was kind of, all right, I gave it a lot less credit than what it deserved right off the bat, because the hype that was built into it. Like I just don't chase hype.
I'm not too sure it's not the best bottle on the table.
So yes, nosing wise, 100%. It's like my ass is getting bigger smelling this, which is fine. Hopefully it goes out and out wide. But yet the nose in this boy. So dang it, I was going to bring another Penelope Architect for comparison, but I limited myself to 8 bottles.
I was saying you brought a lot.
Oh, sorry, 6.
I literally brought 1 bottle today.
I'm good with that. Again, so I get a lot of joy from opening bottles with people.
Right.
I get a lot of joy also.
No, I brought something that was super hard to find, but
well, yes,
and it's hard as probably the Eagle Rare 12 has been so far.
Yeah. Yep. So
luckily, we have a few connections in this business.
We got friends.
We got friends in low places.
Yep.
Anyway,
and high, and they're generous, and we like we're good.
I think that's where I stand. As a matter of fact, I'm going to rank them from 1 to 4. I'm going to go Penelope was my favorite. The single barrel Eagle Rare was my second favorite. The Eagle Rare 12 was my third, and the Penelope Cigar Sessions was my fourth.
Yep, I'm identical for me.
Well,
identical, and maybe 2 and 3 can flip flop depending upon where I'm at.
They could, 100%.
Yep.
That 12-year is good. But it's hard to build a good single barrel, and I'm comparing it as a single barrel. If we had a traditional Eagle Rare here, I don't think the traditional Eagle Rare would hold up to that 12-year.
Yep. And I was trying to find one. I know I've got them at home somewhere, and they've been boxed up.
Now, had you told me, I would have brought just a traditional Eagle Rare, because I did have a couple, but you said you were bringing one, so I didn't even bother trying to do it. So
I enjoyed this. I got to say this. I hope that the cigar, I can't say finish, the cigar blend, that it starts to kind of meet me where I want it, or where I wanted it to be. Again, I'm a lover of light whiskey.
I think it's going to get there. I think the more you drink this, the more you're going to appreciate it. I think it's a solid pour. I think that most people are going to be like, wow, that's different. Now, the problem is that different good or different bad? For me, I like it. It's just that creme brulee is good.
Oh, yeah. So
it's good. When you're comparing the two, it's hard to compare the two because that one is so good compared to this one.
Absolutely. Again, the nose. And I wish I knew the science of what they did with the wood behind it to give it that fat guy on the nose, but my gosh.
Yep. I mean, it's that French oak. I mean, French oak is very vanilla-y. I mean, it gives off lots of different things, but I mean, French oak's delicious.
It's also finicky.
It is.
It is easy.
You can overdo it real quick.
Yep. It's like a good steak. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, the difference between mid-rare and medium well goes real quick.
Well, yeah. One stays with me. One is returned back to the kitchen.
There you go.
Even if I make it myself on accident, I'll make another one.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get those episodes as soon as they drop on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. If you have questions, you can email them to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott and Brian signing off from Bourbon Barrel Talk. Peace.
To infinity.